We love to report on people who make Kansas City a better place to live, and that is the case with Jack Alley.
Jack's story has a dark beginning, but leads to something pretty special. He's been sharing pieces of his story with KCTV5 for almost a decade. Investigative reporter Angie Racono has the privilege of putting it all together.
Well, first of all, I was angry, and then I was scared.
Almost 50 years ago, Jack Alley was sexually assaulted by a superior officer. It happened overseas on a military base far from home. Jack reported it, but nothing happened. Back then, you just moved forward. There was no acknowledgement or treatment provided.
And I knew that I was right. I knew that I was right because I was a survivor. This is what happened to me. I didn't do anything wrong.
Jack suffers from post-traumatic syndrome. He doesn't blame Vietnam, he blames that night. Jack applied 18 times for benefits. He was constantly denied. Decades rolled by.
I love my country, don't get me wrong.
Then he saw a news report on military sexual trauma, MST.
All sides want to bring relief and justice.
He called the reporter to let him know it happens to men too. The two men met at a coffee shop. Jack had his paperwork. Reporter Eric Shalou had an idea.
And the next thing that I know is that he's got me on the phone with a state senator who would take a look at my claim.
I think we can hold them accountable.
That was Senator Claire McCaskill. With help from that senator and a veteran service officer, Jack applied again.
7 months after we got involved, the VA sent him this letter awarding him the benefits.
Jack became service-connected, meaning the military acknowledges what happened to him in the line of duty and the support he'll need.
I felt that I now belong back into the brotherhood. I don't want to get too emotional because for many years I just felt like I was nothing.
What happened next is nothing short of extraordinary. Jack began paying it forward. He helped a friend's father with paperwork and someone else's, then eventually strangers.
I post on there.
People generally find Jack D. Alley on Facebook or through the VA. He helps with paperwork and phone calls. Jack's your navigator.
It's too frustrating to do it on your own. You get angry at people. It's not people, it's the system. You have to understand how the system works.
Jack recently passed a milestone of helping more than 200 veterans win paperwork wars and become service-connected. Every case is important. Soldiers who suffered from Agent Orange are now getting care and disability benefits. Jack's proud there are 3 widows who now qualify for benefits their husbands never received because their spouses were too frustrated with the system. And because of Jack, there are 6 military sexual trauma survivors like himself who now have VA support.
I got all 6 service connected.
Had they all been denied before?
They had never filed. They were ashamed. There were 3 women and 3 men.
Jack says he wanted to share some good news. Someone helped him, and now he's able to help others.
I was swimming in mud. That's what I was doing, but I wasn't going to drown. I was just swimming in it. And now I'm even more motivated because the water's real clear. I understand what I believe that, I need to do to help others, and that's my motivation.
Motivation to keep paying it forward.
When Jack first told his story, he didn't reveal his full name or face, but he's ready to do that now so you can find him if you need some help. He's not paid for any of this. He's an organizer through the VA and says you can just look him up on Facebook, Jack D. Alley. Angie Racono, KCTV5 News.